Thank you so much for staying tuned to this morning's edition of this morning on ITV. Yeah, I want to talk about the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. You know, solving the division in Nigeria. You get to hear we're divided along political line, religious line, ethnic line. You get to hear why is that one of these most important juicy appointment always comes from one region. Why is it not spread across board? You get to hear, come on, it's not true. We are all one Nigeria. Whether you're from the north, south, east, or west, whoever has the capability to do the job should be given that position, no matter the side of the divide he or she comes from. Now, these are arguments making the round. But people have the opinion that Nigeria has not been more divided than we are, even right now. What are the causes of this division? What should be done to bridge this gap? That is what we are here to discuss this beautiful Sunday morning. With me here in the studio is a distinguished legal practitioner, Notary Public of Nigeria, Edo State Chairman, Nigerian Society of International Law, Edo State Chapter, Patrick Isekweno. Welcome to TMI, Patrick.
We say good morning.
All right,
Via
good morning.
the happy viewing.
All right. You get to hear, put food on the table. You will not hear about all this. Yes, I call him the voice of the common man. Join me to welcome a human rights activist, political analyst, and of course a comrade in the struggle, Obaraye Osaho. Welcome to TMI.
Thank you so much.
Obaraye.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Same to you. Yeah, this is your first edition this year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Obaraye.
Yes. Even to myself.
Even to you.
Yes.
Yeah, your Happy New Year to all of you out there.
Yeah.
Here we are. Over the week, it was Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and these soldiers are remembered for making sure that the integrity of Nigeria is not jeopardized in any way. But people have the opinion that we have never been this divided or divided since the Civil War and all that. The big question now is, what are the causes of all this division? Before we get to that spot, I'd like to start off with this question. Barrister, are we really divided as a country?
To answer your question, first, yes. Yes, we are divided. I think after the Civil War, 67 Civil War, we felt that the issue of division is there. Yes, but up to this moment, up today, the gap is so widened that I don't know what to use to equate it. That we are more divided than what we were at 67 Civil War. A lot of things led into it. To start with, when you talk about this issue of division, I can single out two presidents among all presidents in Nigeria that have jealously guided the issue of Nigerian unity. One, I can single out, that's my own personal opinion, is Obasanjo and the current President Buhari. When you talk of unity of Nigeria, they're always worried. But then, the president that has most abused the issue of unity of this country, sorry to say, I'm not comfortable. I think I will not give that credit. I will give the issue of that gave power to this rise of this unity of the country is Buhari, this president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With all due respect, I must say so. Yes.
People may have different opinion about that.
Well, I'm sorry for that, but what I'm trying to say is that by his conduct, I think he has given more. He has given space to the issue of Nigerian unity. This unity. Now we have this unity in the sense that this one is clear in the mode of disappointments. We are aware that the time the appointment he gave, over 80% of the appointment keep position to the Northerners. What of the East? What of the West? What of the South? 80% of them is only want the North. There is a lot of grumbling here and here. A lot of Nigerians spoke about it. We were all worried that it should not be like that. The armed forces, the police, so many key positions, all for the North. I'm not talking about ministerial. If it were ministerial, it's not the other ballgame entirely. Because the constitution provided that each state had to provide. Each of the ministers. It would have been something different. But key position, top position, by which he has the power to appoint, 80% are from North. So that makes some people feel that they are not, as if they are not part of this country. oh, they're not some class citizen. Suppose fed that let us take our destiny to our hand. It was this government we are to wear that. It wasn't about 4 months ago that the kind of quasi autonomous was given to Biafra. That was IPOP over there, Biafra and Oduduwa. So by giving autonomous, they're giving autonomous now because they're fighting for issue of succession to go. And you have already recognized them. When you are giving autonomous, when you have been recognized, giving such a power, you can fly your flag, you can like a kind of.
But it depends on the country that they are from, because Nigeria is saying we are still, whether they give them by UN autonomous or not, we are still remaining, we are still.
No, once there's a time now for them, there's certain thing to make before you can attain that height. Once you are true, they are giving full autonomous as a country. What you can do? The pathways. They have to have their president, the army. You have to recognize them. Don't let them recognize Buhari as the country. Anyway. But it's not going to come to that. What I mean, what have been given, I think they are on it. What gave rise to this issue of agitation is because of the disunity, because of the conduct of the president. We are appointments of both, nobody can to know by the other section of Nigeria. We are all Nigerian, and the country belongs to we all. That's what I'm trying to let you know. Who's wrong? So these statistics are not like the way it is. That is why we see things are now going here and here. Let us go. Let us leave this country for them. Since we're not more Nigerians. Now, ordinarily, the constitution have taken care of it. It's sure. They don't have a problem, Bruhaha or Allah balloon. You don't want to experience it now. Because you have constitutionally provided for. That's why you have character commission. But the character commission is like a toothless bulldog. It doesn't bite. They are power to question the president. Any appointment that is not going to question him on appointment, that make sure the president go with the rules of federal character. When it's appointment, it must be balanced. Okay. They are in charge, but they don't act. They go and the president. All right. Because the head of the executive there of the commission was appointed by him. Okay. So they don't want to do their work.
All right. We'll come back to you, Barrister. He talked about, he paid the blame on the president, and people may like have different opinion about this, his own opinion. Even at that, people are saying he's not correct. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to hear from Okoro, Osahon, or Obaraye. Are we really divided as a nation?
I think we cannot be more divided the way we are divided now. The division in the present day Nigeria has never been this worse enough, just like the way we have it now. We must let's start back by saying after the Civil War, there was unity a little. It was unity that gave us independence. During the days of independence, talking about the 1953, 56, 57, 58 to 60, Nigeria was a united force. It was that unity the British saw, tried to say these people are due for independence. If the British was to be here today with this division, there would have been no way they would have left until everybody is united. The truth must be said, after the Civil War, after the Aguri meeting at Ghana, was all those things that was decided and said there, none of them came again to the table to discuss it. That is one. If you watch it since then, we must be factored to ourselves. We are children of history. If you don't even know where you are going to, but you should know where you are coming from. We are aware that a certain part of this country, if Nigeria was not really a certain part of this country, give themselves, as in they call themselves people with power, leaving another certain part of the country just to be testing the waters. Apart from the highest position was in the political sphere was that of the vice president from this set of country. I don't want to like mention, but we already know. I've keep telling you, my brother, that watch over it again. If you take time to look at the videos we've done here, you will see that most of the things we've said before are coming up again. Watch the video again now to see that the Northerners again are also planning on how they are going to also take power. Again, maybe just trying to also test another place for 4 years. They will continue with it. They don't even want to think of the development of this nation. Because it truly also, I really did not bother about who is going to rule us. But since you are not ruling us well, people will start complaining. My brother, we've never had it bad since independent the way we're having it bad now for the very just now today, the dollar, the pounds, they are at its peak, the highest. This is the highest we've ever gone. Killings also in Nigeria is at the peak. Everything is getting worse. The light issue dwindling day in, day out. The border, porous, everything is not moving. This was the real Nigeria Jaga Idris sang about during the days of Obasanjo. It was not this one. It was not then, because things was better off then compared to what we have for the very just now. Talking about security, my brother, even the pigeon knew that Nigeria was not united. That's why they didn't fly. They forced them to, they forced and they said, no, how can we fly? Maybe if we mistakenly fly to Sabisa, we'll be killed. So it is better we remain in this Eagle Square, where we can be guided a little. So if the bird knows that this country is not so peaceful and united, that they will not fly, is it me and you that walks on the streets, where you might just come out now, the next thing you hear gunshot, where you can just come out now collecting money for POS, the next thing they will collect your money. If you are not lucky enough, they kill you. So you can see everything is in a total mess. But to me, now we must not also blame them. It's also high time we blame ourselves.
We'll come to
yes,
that.
citing the case too of Uganda.
Yeah.
Uganda had the privilege of a man that is the grandfather. A young boy came out to spend his money and time and resources, risk his life. And what do we have today? People still went out to vote for a man that is on his 6th term. The man that started ruling before even the boy, his opponent was just 4 years old. So it goes to tell you that they so impoverished us that Africans and Nigerians don't even want to see tomorrow. What they just want to see is, what can I eat today? Not knowing that if you decide to fast, just the way we now are fasting now for 21 days, betterment will come in the 22nd, 23rd day. But they just don't want to hear it. When you want them not to collect money on election day, they will tell you, you are a prophet of doom. But when they start suffering it, when people start maiming them, they will start crying. So, to me, what is presently happening now, we are not celebrating our hero past at all. Okay. This was not a good celebration because the pigeons refused to fly.
All right, he said because the pigeon refused to fly. Taking a look at Armed Forces Remembrance Day, bridging the divide in Nigeria. From what you said, you're heaping the blame on the president. Maybe we have different opinion on that, because they're saying that the president is also wanting Nigeria, all of Nigeria, is even working so hard for Nigeria to remain one. How did we get to this position where you feel that Nigeria is divided? Like what Barra said, before the Civil War, very, very united. After the Civil War, some issues were raised and they were looked into. The unity was so strong. So how did it get to this point?
It must also be said that, you see, the British, our former colonial masters, are also part of our problem. Because at the time, yes, because it was the structure they laid down that favored the North. They gave them political favorism before the independence. The structure they put on ground favored the North. When you talk about issue of legislators, senates, everywhere, they have more seats. Everything was created to favor them. It's like a race. That was like a race. They said, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. They're already in 100. Some of us in 100. I'm 1. There's no way cannot be ahead of me. The structure of favor, they contributed. They later a structure that will favor the Northerners, because they felt that majority of those people who fought them out of power. Who is out of power for first independent? They are from the south. That's it. Someone like Ato Inahoro was the first to lead motion for independent. You know what it is? So they say, since we must go, we must favor them. But accept them. That's why you see that when not any political office, anything from North, that's what they say they even want to rule it for them. Any election, they must surely to their favor. Which I said, the military set that pace for them. From there, they not carried on to what we have today. That is that they not talk with impunity that we are even born to rule. You understand me? So many things. If you join police today, you are from South or you are from Southeast. You almost be AIG. I have not gotten the deputy commissioner or even AC. I'm not telling you. There's favorism there, favored. Check out the federal or other federal appointment. Check out the employment rate. Most of them are from the north. It favors them. Go of the structure on ground. That is why they are benefiting from it. That's why a lot of Southern and complain that let us, if they're not ready to take us as one Nigeria, let us part ways. Like I Buhari, because of his conduct, as a leader, as the president of the country, who swore to and hold to defend the constitution, which will allow, guided by the rules of the federal, as regulated by the Federal Character Commission. If you give east, you give west, you give south, you give nothing. That's how you should do it. But it doesn't go. It's just one way. And after all, the senators are not helping matters. Because majority of those senators are from north. They cannot even question him. You are aware when Magum was rejected almost thrice by the Senate. Still, because the nature of the president, as is by his conduct, the way he goes, he refused. He put it on Nigerians before the current humiliation of Magu. Did he change him?
No.
He never changed him. His senators spoke. They rejected him. These senators are representatives of Nigerians from various different constituencies. They spoke. He said no because he remains there. You are aware. So a lot of people talked about. Don't you have any qualified person from the south, from the east, from the west? That's why the panel they set up now. They're looking into the issue of the EFCC. Now said. Now you know formerly it was only police officers, AC, Secretary General of Police. They appoint you as a head of EFCC. But now you should throw it open now. Appoint lawyers. Appoint let it be. That was the chapter what they've recommended now. Try it to be not only just police officer here and here. Make it open for other people can contribute their quota. That's just the truth of the matter. So if the president would have done the needful, doing the right thing, wouldn't have had this problem. The current INEC chairman, I don't know, is not from the north. Check out the most vital position the country can talk of is they are not on us. So look at see the Southerners are not just they're just second-class citizens in their own country. That calls agitation for let this country let up pathways or demonstrate reality want to one Nigeria.
All right, nobody's talking about parting ways right now because the unity of this country is non-negotiable. We have the Federal Character Commission. They are there to make sure that everyone have this wonderful taste of the cake, so to speak, Nigeria. I mean, do you think that they're not doing enough, or what should they do to really make sure that each geopolitical zone they are represented in the spread of the butter on the bread, so to speak, in this great nation? Yeah,
thank you so much, my brother. I want to, first of all, congratulate you for I've seen changes in you 2021. Yes, you now allow people talk. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy.
If you go against the Rawa,
no. Even before now, at the blast of anything is watch your emotions. And I tell you, talking about maybe you are starting feeling the heat. We as a Nigerian that are on the street also now feel. Well, so it's better now.
I say watch your emotions.
Yeah. So thank you so much. The truth is that Federal Character Commission is on the paper doing nothing. That's just the truth. You are online now to speak, so you just check it. Ask Google, just ask news, Nigeria news. The president is a northerner. We voted him there. The vice is from the west. So both of them a joint ticket. They cannot be divided. Let's go for the SGF. That is at the prerogative of the president. Go to the chief of staff. That's at the prerogative of the president. Go to his members of cabinet, as in not cabinet ministers now, kitchen cabinet. If you check them, I think if they are supposed to be 50, you will get about 46 from within. That is one. Then secondly, we also remembered about the SSS job offer, where out of, let's say, 500 people that was employed in SSS, over 400 was from the north. So some states didn't have, while some had 1, 2. But a particular state, Castina, had over 100 in that thing. Federal Character Commission exists. So you can see it works on the paper. It was also the same thing here. You saw it, it's still on the internet. where a federal lawmaker from the
Your
north.
statistics are not right about the 500 SSS
No,
being
I
employed.
said no. I said
okay.
no.
Just give an example.
Example.
Okay.
If I said if about 500,
All right.
a particular section of the
Got larger chunk.
yes, over 400. Where some states did not get.
The North got 80%.
It's like it was 13 or something in
About
Edo.
80%.
So it's there. I'm just trying to give figure.
Yes.
Then, if you also watch a particular House of Rep member in the North too, gave over 100 members of the constituency police job. None of that police, that constituent was from outside this place too. So it goes to tell you, in the next 20-30 years, there's already an IG inside those people he snapped with. So it goes to tell you, they're already planning for the security of this station in 30 years' time. Where the ones we have this side, we come and put block and build TV classroom. That's what continues. So it goes to tell you, we have, first of all, we have different mentality. Also go and check who is the head of the Federal Character Commission. Just if you check, if just check it, maybe before you tell us the name. So it goes to tell you that the person does not even look at what is happening, what is in the know for the very just now in this place. So let's go again to the Senate President. Let's go again to the House of Rep. Let's go again to the Minister for Justice. Let's go again to the head of SSS. Let's go again to the head of the military, the head of Air Force. Just check it. The list is endless. When we belong to a country that has 36 states, you have some states as we speak, what they enjoy is just a ministerial position and they are senators. That's what they have in that place. While you just have a state, you see the two ministers there, ambassadors there, you see the head of the military. So it goes to tell you that Nigeria this is a very straight table. Nigeria is not prepared on a solid foundation. The British left us knowing that these people will want us again, because they know that with time, when the ones that have been cheated from what they planned will now be wise, quarrel will come. That is what, in a sane society, my brother, how can a country still be living with the head of security apparatus in the country when on daily basis they are still killing? Boko Haram became worse when they decided to move the military to Borno. It was now worse off. It was also the first time a sitting president was in a state. Bandits came in, they kidnapped, and they left. To change the story, they told us it was not bandits, it was kidnapping. Later, they said they did not negotiate for the release of those boys. Later, we heard about $480,000. Later, we heard some of the boys saying, we are not even the students. They told us to say we are students. So you can see, they are just giving us different pictures as if we don't know where we are going or where we are coming from. So it goes to tell you that, my brother, Nigeria leaders should sit down and reflect. That if after we are saying we are armed forces remembers, they remembering those that split their blood for the unity of this country, and that today that unity, some of our leaders don't want it to come up. My brother, the blood of those people are the one asking us now, are they still the one fighting us? Where you see the pigeon could not fly. You
keep saying the pigeon could not fly. What's it got to do with the pigeon?
It's an embarrassment, my brother. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. Are you getting it? We must accept the truth. We pray that you don't leave your house in the morning, and as you want to enter your car, you kick your leg on a stone. It's a bad omen. It goes to tell you something wrong is happening. Are you getting it now? Right. So, as we speak, things are not moving well because our leaders are driving us back. We are supposed to be moving forward. At this jet age, we are supposed to be thinking about a square peg in a square hole. Take the winner, the next president, incoming president of America, as a case study. 2 juicy appointments already made to Nigerians. Not thinking and not telling you he is looking for somebody from his place. But he knows that, and also go and read the Vata, the curriculum Vata of these people. They are sound in their field, in their chosen career.
Right.
They are gurus in that place.
Right.
So the president did not think, God's own country, now he did not think that it was particularly government that was my PRO in my this thing. So it's time to appoint him. No.
Okay.
But he went and see the best. So where are the conjuring winners of this country?
All right.
Where are they?
I will come
Where
back to you.
are the communists of this country?
I will come back to you,
Are you telling me
Baraye.
we no longer have them?
I'll come
All
back
what
to
we
you.
have is one Malam Shehu.
Hold on. Oh, Baraye, hold on there. Oh, Baraye, hold on there. I will come back to
Reading
you.
Islamic to come and control a place that there is no Islam.
Baraye, I will come back to you, please. Now, this is why I say watch your emotions. This is why I put my foot down. Watch your emotions. Please, gentlemen. All right. Now, this thing has been ongoing according to you. You mentioned some presidents that were able to, like, lead Nigeria, but still Nigeria be complaining about this same issue. How did we get here? Because this is this, this is that. Okay, fine. How did we get? Because we have to know the source of all these to provide solutions. How did we get here, Barrister?
Yes, I think it's a result of the favorism they get from political office from the people. That's why, like I said last time here, I said, Nigeria, we have top notch all over the world. Just like what he said now, the reason appointment is not being made now by being the Biden,
yeah.
The Biden, yeah, was just to two Nigerians. And you're right, even the issue of the COVID-19 also from, it's also in Nigeria. We have people who can turn Nigeria around, but they are not given the opportunity. What we have, those of people who are a kind of who have disability in one way or the other, but they are the one there. That's why they expect Nigeria to move forward.
Cannot move.
We continue having a problem. You see, when you will try to avert a particular problem, my brother, and you are unable to solve such a problem, it means you have a fundamental problem. You go back to the drawing board and see what you can do. You will continue having this problem, continue having, and people multiplying. If we don't go back to the drawing board, 2023 is getting closer here. It will be time to change the status quo. But who is willing to do that? We are sorry to say, Nigeria is an abracadabra country. I keep on saying it. It's a country where you dog eat lion. It's a country where dog eat lion. That's a lot of things.
How can a dog eat lion?
That is why this is the country. That is why we have this disability. That's why we're having this problem. A lot of people don't want to be there. They are being appointed there. We have people who can make changes, who can perform wonders. That's why my colleagues now said, where's the Ngozi Wheeler? Where's the top who saw those people? Not even helping other countries. We don't have them, but people, all after is interest, political favorism to their people, their ethnic group. That is what they are after. So for the pigeon refuse not to fly, I think, like what you're saying, it's a spiritual interpretation. It's a sign of bad omen. Because ordinarily, it flies every time. But this time around, you refuse to tell you that the DSS, well, indicted this person there. For the first time, it refused to fly. To show you that it's not to be a symbol of peace and unity of the country. They said, no, I won't move, I won't fly. To show you spiritually, there's a problem. It's a bad omen. Just to collaborate with what we have been saying. We're not just saying for the fun of it. You're saying the way things the way they are. We're not planning any hiding or minusing. So the issue is that we're not having this problem. Like I told you, the foundation was laid right from the colonial masters who favor these people. And from there now they carry on doing what they like. That's your truth of the matter. In one of the elections results they released in this country, we are aware. A place where they have crisis. When I say Nigeria is a country where they don't like a country, not I'm joking. The election result they released from where you have crisis, where there is no peace, where there are killings, uprising here and here, Boko Haram has the highest voters and no invalid vote. Has the highest voters and no invalid vote. This is the country, and you are telling me I'm saying something contrary. No. So that's how we found ourselves right from the British to this very moment, and they continue doing that. About 2023, they're also ready to play the game. And Nigeria we have one thing in Nigeria that if you try to fight the system, the state will gang up against you. That's your truth of the matter. 2023 is already coming here. Any month from now, you see a lot of people arresting, intimidating, jailing people to keep them away. Intimidating people to support their political. That's your truth of the matter. Intimidating people. You not allow people to go to free will. Just like other election. You start intimidating people at all costs. At the end of the day, they'll get what they want and start appointing competent people. Nigeria will continue having that problem.
TMI, every opinion counts.
If you just joined us, this is This Morning on ITV. We are taking a look at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, bridging the divide in Nigeria. My guests in the studio, they were certain to the fact that there is a huge divide. And they are bringing out some of the ways they felt that the divide is just like, prominent, is so pronounced. They are saying that the way the presidency is handling it is what is causing all this kind of talk. We talked about the Federal Character Commission. We talked about some appointment. They have the opinion that is like one-sided, lopsided. The big question now is how did we get there, or how did we get here? And of course, how can all these things be rejigged or tinkered to create that balance? I still have Okoro Osaho Obare with me in the studio, and of course Patrick Isekunu. Now, you've been talking about the problems. Before we go into the solution, let's dive into what Bishop Coker talked about, that is making the country having so much to think about, and of course so much to talk about. We'll talk about the solutions to all these agitations, okay, so that nobody will say that his part or her geopolitical zone want to secede, so we can remain one as an indivisible entity called Nigeria. Taking a look at Bishop's statement, all in the spirit of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, to make sure that the job done by heroes past is not in vain. Obari, to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Comments of the Bishop.
Yeah, thank you. I think I want to first of all commend Comrade Bishop, Bishop Sakuka, for once again standing for the side of people, which we've known him to be. If what he has said was negative, I'm sure as we speak today, it would have been the chairman guest of honor in at the place that they celebrated yesterday. But because they knew that he has once again speaking, he spoke truth to power. So that is why the Ubla Balodi are shouting. First of all, I told you, I said, they don't want, what they all love to hear is, we are doing well, you are doing well. Whereas they know in their innermost of heart that they are not doing well. If truly you people are doing well, are you people supposed to be moving with battalion or so military personnel around? The man have told you people the truth. It's high time some of them take a bow. How can somebody just remain in power since this country had power? Since 1960. You entered as a teenager. Now you are a grandfather. You've lost. Think of another thing doing. You people don't want any other person to come in. So it's high time to, what I was expecting from our leaders was, maybe it's also their fault, they might not also know how to read. But if they don't know how to read, they also know how to listen. They would have gotten somebody to help them read what Kuka has said. And maybe, okay, somebody not advise them. So you mean I'm not doing this one where, okay, Bishop Kuka, my reply to you is, how can it be done? Don't just be this one. No. Also tell us, if they've challenged Bishop Kuka on the way forward to say, this is how it can be done better. We've done this. We've laid the foundation now of 4 feet. And you said, we've not laid. So please, how can it be done? So I think we would have been quarreling with Bishop Kuka now to say, you've quarreled with them, there was no way for solution. So to me, I've given my leader, my father, a tap on the back for again standing by us, because these people, they listen, they hear very well. I was privileged to have stood somewhere. I was doing the Utah season, where a man paid for my food. And he stood up, he said, he called his son, he said, he should come and snap the both of us. A man that just celebrated his 80th birthday, Pa Odoko, from World 2. And the man said, my brother, I'm proud of you. Whenever you are talking on Sunday morning, that is where I relax and listen. I told him, I said, Papa, I don't even know. But he said, no, I listen. He said, if only they also listen. So for a man that you wish your master does not know or have not seen, he goes to tell you that people listen. He goes to lady son, that this one be that man, why they tell you now. So it goes to show that, okay, we're also telling these people, they listen. But how to not make it done is their fear. Our leaders' fear is that immediately they leave power, we will laugh at them. And no, it is better. Look at what happened to Donald Trump of America. Donald Trump, if you go and check his DNA, it might be from one of these places in the north. It's very possible that it's from Bonu or Katsina.
Come on, Obaraye,
if you check his DNA.
You don't just say that. Now, these are put my foot down. This one
just
has passion or make some kind of funny comment. Let's leave that aspect, please.
Because of his character of trying to return to power. He won Hillary Clinton, and immediately the poor woman congratulated. Somebody is winning you now, you are crying foul. The same thing that also happens here. When they lose the election, they will cry that it was rigged or it was not done well. What they just want to hear or see is you must win. How can you win when you are not doing the right things well? How can you win when if you tell us two, by when we check it, there's not even figure there, not to talk of one? How can you win when we've been budgeting for Lagos-Ibadan expressway since the year 1999, since 1960? How can you win when Abuja-Okene Road has been on the budget since 1999? Money collected in full, nothing to show about. So how can you win election? When they now vote against you, you say no, people are no longer loyal, they don't want us. You post start crying foul. But when they give you the power, the opportunity to do it, you don't want to do it. And even when you want to do it, you do it sharply, as in once what rain just fall, everything washed away. How will people be happy? You think people should be happy? No. Okay, citing the place we are now as a case study. In just few months ago, less than 2 months ago, the teachers in Edo State hailed our sitting governor, and all of us clapped to say, wow, bravo. They showed us everything on Facebook, on internet, we saw it, and we're happy. Just yesterday, the teachers said they are embarking on strike. Just the way I told the chairman NUT Edo State, Money Mike Modesty, my leader, who was the chairman of my birthday party. Just the way I told you, I said, on this type of strike, some of us will not even support it. Because it goes to show there is something people are hiding. After you said everything was good 2 months ago, Christmas holiday, to resume again, you are telling us things are not good. So it must be fact, the truth. Are you getting it now? So it goes to tell you that both the leader and the bulk of the followers too, they are the same. I'm giving you a little example what you can just see on your own eyes here. If I had said by December, Wisdom Marshall was my very good friend, who is the best person I know, this, then I come here today to tell you, no, Wisdom Marshall. Then you start check me too, check me. That this guy, what you are saying now, you just said this one a few days ago. So
and we believe that issue will be resolved by them. Let's just leave that issue. Let's focus on this topic right now.
Yes, you cannot just try to define all these things. Still boils down to Nigeria factor.
Okay.
All these things still boils down to what Kuka said.
All right.
About transparency, about saying it the way it is, about the truth. My brother, the FOIB, Freedom of Information Bill, has been on their table since 1999. What are they scared of to pass it? Nobody can authoritatively tell you that this is the money the senators or House of Representatives takes. Right. People they pay with our own taxpayers' money. People they pay with our money. We don't know how much they receive. If one tell you 12 million in the money, the other one will tell you 8 in the evening. The other one will tell you 10. So it goes to tell you that even the country does not even understand themselves.
All right, Barry, I will come back to you. Now, still talking of Bishop Oka's statement that is causing stirring so many reactions in Nigeria, both good and, of course, bad, that led to threat of him being warned, leave Sokoto. But the president said, look, don't disturb this man. He spoke his mind. The president also is a listening president and really wants the betterment of Nigeria. Patrick.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, to start with, Reverend Coker is a man I respect so much. I think his name is synonymous to the Tutu of South Africa. These are men that believe in truth and justice. They speak the truth anytime, any day. They don't care who is involved. When you talk about Nigerian projects, Coker is a stakeholder. I've been a stakeholder. They have held so many committees. The government are important in federal government in so many committees. I've been talking, I've been in Nigeria for years, and never left this shore of the country. Already here. So for him to make such a statement, if President could have taken a proactive measure by even commending him, calling him, please, I have heard you, because he's not an honorary person. He's not political. You have seen a lot of things, and you have to tell you this is what is on ground. Before the men started, before you know, they started blackmailing him with all threats. The presidents are even coming to say this now. I think that is a political statement. The truth of the matter is that the Motudu must be taken serious, because he's part of this country. He has been in this country. He's part of the system and understand every move. So than crucifying him. It's a rare gift to our country.
Okay.
So he won't be commended.
All right. Now since
serious.
Okay, now since we've all spoken about, we're talking about the problems. What can be done to really merge this divide, so that Nigeria remains one indivisible? And you talked about juicy appointment. According to you, many people will really have a different opinion about that. Be given to one side of the country. How can balance be created to avoid all this kind of complaints? I want to start with you, Baraye. Solutions right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Solutions will come if we have transparent leaders, people that are ready to live. Somebody spoke now, and the entire nation is listening. What he has said, if a city governor says it, nobody will even listen. If a senator says it, nobody will listen. Even if the number one says it, nobody will listen. So he goes to tell you, the man has taken pains and time to write his name in the good books. That is why what he said now is because newspapers are selling because of it. So he goes also to tell you that if we have transparent leaders, people that want to live good name, instead of living estates where lizard and cockroaches we later play, but live good name where your child will go to a job interview and say, my name is Ufoma Wilson Omasha. And the person, are you the child of Wilson Omasha of ITV? Said yes. My friend, sit down there. Serve this child a cup of tea. Submit your CV. Take this transfer fare. Go back and come and resume work. We don't need to interview you. Your father had done that for you right from when you were young. Then a child comes in and say, my name is Osahori Anini. And you check your history, you check your wallet, and you say, no, please check this child, and you drive the child away. So our leaders should again be transparent in what they do. They should dot the T's, I's, the square peg in square O's. Appointment should be done by merit, by credibility. Obasanjo tried it, but later he just went oblivion. Where people that was not politician. We cited the case of this Federal Character Commission. I think I'm to also tell you that all of them from their state are card-carrying members of a party. I'm telling you now, believe that what I'm telling you. So how can somebody speak against this or a party that sent him to Abuja to a committee? So if by the time we take that out, I'm not talking about a politician, I'm talking like by the time we take that out and say, on this one, we must put the square peg in a square hole. We are not going to make the Commissioner of Education to give to a Commissioner of Education to a man that went agriculture. You put it to say this person is sound on what this person is doing, so this person can come in. Nigeria will start getting back to the footpath. Not trying to put it just because Wilson is handsome, Wilson has more money, Wilson's father was the one that gave me this position, Wilson's father made me a politician. And not even now knowing that Wilson, after the exit of Wilson's father, Wilson did not even baggage, he has not lived up to the expectation of the father. Just to say, let's thank the father, come and be the chairman of so and so board. And the next thing you hear, that board will just become once upon a time. So until we start getting it right to say, no, this person, his character is good, this is good, this is good. It's not even, it does not even belong to our party. Let this person take this position. What stops somebody like Kuka to become the head of EFCC? They are scared because they know who else will roll. If he enters there because he does not know them, he's not their member. But once somebody wants to become head of EFCC, they must make sure that person is their own, so that they will be safe, because all of them, they soiled their hands in one way or the other. So until we look back, open the book to say, no, let's write our names, we try for good. My brother, some of us have also tried to. Are you getting it now? There's no place in Edo today you call Patrick Isekweme standing. Some people will now say he should sit down. No. They will give him that privilege of always standing on the side of the people and on the side of truth. So if people are so, our leaders will also start to emulate. What am I going to be remembered for? Is it for me to just tie a road and the road will not last to me? Somebody threw a question yesterday on Facebook and said, who is Edo State best local government chairman? My brother, I laughed all through the night on reading the way they were describing some local government chairman. Somebody now referred to Idabo as chairman long time ago. Somebody referring to a local government chairman when we still have a serving local government chairman. My brother, if you were a serving local government chairman, would you also try to do the same thing to say, hey, Lucky Benedio, when he was already local government chairman, that was where he made his name.
All right.
I get it now. Right. Why do you, now that he's still serving as a local government chairman, why not also do something so that in 20, 30 years time, when people also throw the puzzle to say who is the best, they will not say, oh, there was one that came, oh, that one too good, oh. So none of you want to write your name in the good books again. What you want to write your name on is the one that has the highest hotel, is the one that has the highest cars, is the one that has, so right. This one will pass away. Good name will never pass away.
Good name and transparency. Okay. Barrister Patrick, what should be done? We've heard about the complaints.
Yes.
This is not done well, that's not done well. What should be done, brother, to make sure that these things are, like, you know, properly handled?
Yes. The way forward, I want every leader to know that I believe that by 2120, from a century, 100 years, we've turned to ancestors, forefathers. We'll no longer be in this world. We call our Awolowo today, we call Zeke, we call, they've all gone. What they did was yesterday, but we still remember them for their good deeds. It should be a good foundation, like what my colleague also said, that somebody even mentioned the dialogue recently for the good work he did. These are things we are bound to remember for. As a leader, you are aware, first of all, you have to be human. As the president of the country, you took a oath to stand by the constitution, to defend it at any time, any day. If there need be, let the president, first of all, let us overhaul the constitution. That is to review the activities of the Federal Character Commission, because they have not, they failed from their duties, from their jobs. I expect the president to move the executive bill, amend those things, not just making a one particular party member as a chairman, or the members are all the same political party. It's like one family. You can never get results. You know what I mean? But if the constitution makes it mandatory that the members of that committee must be from different political parties, at least I think you have it, they cannot react. But it's one way, like a family issue. That issue should be looked into, so that then they can do their work very well, right when necessary. Then again, the president should base his appointment on competence. Whether you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are House, any problem, we will say it. We're like, oh, this person is good. We'll not challenge it. After Coca, I see from the Easters. That's his good deals. We are remembering for that. Should base on competence in giving such appointments. So I also urge those in head of the executive to do the right thing with the fear of God. They should always remember Nigeria project of unity, one Nigeria. One Nigeria, which we talk about the Remembrance Day. Our foreign heroes, so we are remembering them for the role they played. That's what we remember them today. We should put their mind that we want to be one, and as one Nigeria, everybody must be treated equally. Give equal opportunity. We should take every Nigerian serious as a Nigerian, not as some person as a citizen, or one person as more superior. Appointment should go the same way it goes to the other, whether you're from north or you're from east, you're from here. I think I mean, but some of the purpose, my client, my colleague here, applied severally. I'm just adding to what I feel I should add. If we go with those guys, I think Nigeria will be a good place to stay. Nobody will complain. But remember, good name, so they can always remember you.
Well, you've heard them after talking about what they are feeling, you know, talking about the appointment, talking about so many other things in course of the discussion. They came out to profile a solution. Spread it. Appointments. Spread it. According to them, it shouldn't be just coming from one side of the country, because after all, this is Project Nigeria. All right, not project any region. Everyone should be carried along to make sure that the labor of our heroes pass. That unknown soldier we are celebrating, the ones that really spill their blood to make sure that Nigeria remains one and indivisible, will smile whenever they take a look at Nigeria. The big question now is to take a look at Nigeria right now for the way things are going. Do you think they are smiling? That's a question everyone should answer. The soldiers, they went out there, they fought to make sure that Nigeria is one. If they look at the country which they fought for right now, do you think they will say, yes, what we did is not in vain? For what is happening right now in the country, do you think that the people that raised motion for the independence of this great country, do you think they are happy about what is happening in the country? Do you also think that the persons that came together to give us the name Nigeria, if you look at Nigeria today, do you think they were smiling wherever they are? What about the persons that came out to vote and said, look, this is the person we are voting for, want to vote, or they went out there in the street to campaign, do everything? If they take a look at the country today, do you think they are happy about their decision? Now, these are the questions put forward for many of us to answer. You that is out there in that position, and people like, you know, backing you up so well to be in that position. I mean, anywhere in this country, whether administrative, the private, public sector, people that are under you, are they really happy that you are doing what they ask you to do? Think about it. It's all about posterity. It's all about what you're doing now. What they advise, decentralize so many things. Let Nigerians feel the impact of being in Nigeria, so that the labor of our heroes past, that soldier that went out there to make sure that Nigeria is one indivisible entity, will smile whenever you look at the country Nigeria. Want to call it Project Nigeria? You can definitely call it that. Gentlemen, appreciate a wonderful analysis. Thank you so much for coming on today's show. Right? If you're out there, you do the right thing, say the right thing, and Nigeria definitely will be a better country. And don't forget that whatever you heard them say here is their opinion. It has nothing to do with ITV. We'll be right back.